Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alamin, Assalatu wassalamu ala asrofil anbiya wal mursalin, wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in amma ba'd. Alhamdulillah, welcome everyone. Today in this beautiful warm day, we can join in this virtual meeting with me, Shofuro Afifah, one of the Educational and Scientific Department in Formmit, Taiwan. Educational and Scientific Department in Formmit, Taiwan is a department which is support and give information related to educational and scientific or research related to Indonesian Muslim brother and sister around Taiwan. Today our topic in this meeting is a talk with title How to Become Outstanding Student with our special guest, which is we have been waiting for. And before we go to the talks, I would like to introduce our moderator today. The special moderator for today is Faizul Hasan, which is the head of Department Education and Scientific of Formmit. And he is also a Ph.D. student in Taipei Medical University and been active through the research. And I hope you guys will enjoy our talks. And to Faizul Hasan, time is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, my sister Shofuro. Yeah, Assalamualaikum, brother Rubel, and everyone joining this webinar today. It is very outstanding moment. We have him at one of the. I have to say, wow, you almost. Yeah, I see in your final defense, and in 2020 you got very lot of publication and yeah, that's inspire us here why I think it is important today to listen from you and hearing what you have done, and also we want to learn what is the tips and suggestion from you to be one of the outstanding students, especially in research. And before we go on to the section of presentations, I would like to introduce the speaker today, Mr. M.D. Mohaimenul Islams, or we usually call Mr. Rubel, is graduated from doctoral program in biomedical informatics, Taipei Medical University, recently in December 2020. And his research interest is about the computer vision and machine learning, and also evidence-based medicines, systematic review, meta-analysis, and randomized control trial, and epidemiological analysis, and predictive models, clinical decision support system. And as we mentioned in the pamphlet, yeah, you did very, very great jobs with the high index around 13, right? Yes. Yeah, in Google Scholar. And currently, Mr. Rubel is being postdoctoral fellow starting from January until now. And he is also a researcher in Research Center for Big Data and Meta-Analysis from Fang Hospital. And of course, it very lot of award scholarship. For example, like in 2000s, recently in 2019, he is awardee of Scientific Research Paper Publication Award. Yeah, and yeah, if we want to know about the publication of Mr. Rubel, we can just type in Google Scholar, MD Mohaimenul Islams, and we can see a lot of publications from him. And without wasting the time that we hear, and I give the time for my brother, Dr. Rubel. Time is yours.
Hello, am I audible to everyone? Or can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yes,
If you cannot hear, if you cannot still hear me, just let me know. I will try to fix the problem as soon as possible. So thanks, Faizul, and welcome everyone to join my first international webinar in 2021, just after finished my PhD. I know many of you have joined from different time zone, If you are hearing from Taiwan and Indonesia, maybe good afternoon. And if you are here from other part of the world, maybe good morning and good evening, respectively. So I wish I can thank everyone individually uh, because you have taken your valuable time, just listen me. And so I appreciate your time and effort. Um, I would begin my extending my heartfelt thanks to everybody who have joined so far to listen me, and a special thanks to Faizul for giving me an opportunity to share my research experience with you. So one thing I can say you, I'm not a motivational speaker. I have just a decent work research experiences that I acquired over the few years, and I have published a significant amount of the publications in international journal. So I can only share my experience, how I have done this and what strategy I have followed. And so far I am following what type of strategy I want to share this experience to you. So before starting my presentations in details, I just want to tell something about myself. Why is not? Wow, my slide is not moving. Oh, what happened? Okay, okay, now it's working. So I just want to tell a little bit about myself. So it's already Faizul already mentioned. I have graduated just December, and I am working as a postdoctoral researcher at Taipei Medical University. And I also working as a clinical pharmacist at ESOP Technology. Actually, this company is based in from the Taiwan and operating in US also. So we do develop clinical decision support systems to ensure the appropriate prescriptions to the patients and ensure the patient safety. And I am also working as a researcher at Research Center of Big Data and meta-analysis at Wang Fang Hospital, Taipei Medical University. And I have also been working as a graduate research institution in our lab since 2015. So during my master and PhD, I got 13 award, including a scientific research publication award, international conference bursary, and outstanding international scholarship from Taipei Medical University, and also scholarship masters and PhD scholarship. So I am also an active member of three international organizations, such as the Asia eHealth Information Network, the American Medical Information Associations, and Asia Pacific Association for Medical Informatics. So as the Pfizer also mentions, I have published a significant amount of the publications in my master's and PhD, and my research is getting a lot of citations nowadays. So if you see my first publication was in 2016. Actually, it published in 2016 December. So my first paper got already more than 100 citations. So actually, so so I was assigned actually the topic how to become an outstanding researcher, outstanding student in research. So before I get to suggestions, one thing I think it is most important to think about how would we know and how do you recognize an outstanding student in research? First of all, uh, um, one of the things that the people always look at me, um, often often ask me a questions, how many publication do you have? This is the frequently answered question, frequently asked questions. So I just want to tell you, how will you judge a student as outstanding in research? Maybe you can see the number of the studies, how many studies he or she has been published, and what is the quality of the publications by seeing his or her studies impact factor, and how many maybe citations he or she got, uh, and maybe the impact of his or her research, and his research has been using in industry, or his research is helping in society, or his research has been using in clinical decision support, and the people is using or not, right? And also maybe you can think, oh, this people is uh, uh, can communicate effectively or not. What is his level of communications? Is high or low? So you may judge the student by seeing this type of quality, right? So I think the quality of the outstanding students must be look like this. Uh, they have an eye for details. As a researcher, the information they provide or generate is actually 100% accurate and trustworthy. So an outstanding student always can be possible anywhere when they have the perfect eye on the details, and they are able to focus on the fact stated, and they also keen to get all the informations needed. And the second qualities, maybe they have the desire to be original. So they thought that there is really no sense in repeating other people's work again and again. So they only work on unique idea that could able to work, or they think that their work should be in original, or maybe they encounter a lot of problems, um, but they always sticks to it. And the third one is, maybe they have the ability to think out of the box. So they think that the simple thing is nothing but boring. So they always think something out of the box to draw the people attentions. And uh, and uh, the and outstanding researcher should have the proper language skill. So an outstanding student or outstanding researcher always think that proper language skill are prerequisite for their work, and they always make sure that the fact they provide don't possess any grammatical error, and they want to share their thought to the other people, whatever it is verbally or in written. They make sure the language error can also the sense of the meaning. They just wanted to conveying their thought to the other peoples. They know if the language skill is happened, that maybe the meaning of the sentence may be different. So they make sure they are the proper language skills, and they try to produce high quality paper. Means high quality what? Right, in terms of the impact factors, or in terms of maybe the ranking of the ranking of the journals. And they always give some, the provide informations in the easy language, so that all the peoples, maybe other field, can understand their message. So, and also they try to make the network to other the students, maybe their fellow, maybe the um, uh, other peoples who are more interested in the research. So, and another thing is they always engage with other professor. They don't want to stick only the advisors. So they just try to seek the opportunity, and also communicate with other professor when and if they necessary. and they always try to help to other friends. And the most important, most important things that I just pointed out in this slide separately, because outstanding researchers always have the ability to tolerate the criticism, because because it is very important. So to to have that the ability to tolerate the criticism, because I put two picture in here. So one is Messi's picture and one is Usain Bolt. I think most of the people know about them, right? So the Messi, it is no doubt that Messi is one of the best player in soccer, and Usain Bolt is also one of the best player in athletics. So sometimes they may, sometimes the people criticize about them when they perform, low or bad, but doesn't means that they are bad player. So in your research also, you may criticized by other student, maybe you may criticized by other professors, maybe you may criticized by your friends. So for example, if you are working in the public health department, so you have a vast area to do research, look like the systematic review, then meta-analysis, then machine learning, maybe observational studies. So there are a lot of area you can work with, right? But if you are, always stick to the one research, maybe the systematic review and meta-analysis, the people will criticize, oh, why these people is always working in the systematic meta-analysis. Okay, but you should just accept their comments and always try to focus your area. So you have to work in meta-analysis to become expert. Just forget about the what other people says about you, because you want to be expert in one field. You cannot be expert in all the field. You cannot be the jack in all, in all research. You have to stick one field, because if you see the Lionel Messi to play in athletics, and you want Usain Bolt to play in soccer, maybe they will play good, but they will not be perform well, because Messi is fit in football, but Usain Bolt is fit in the athletics. So just ignore the other people's and tolerate the criticism. Just do your best in one area. So, and now you can you may ask yourself, so am I all the qualities to be a good researcher? So there is only one thing you need to know about myself. I'm not talented, I'm not intelligent, I'm not outstanding student, but I have some experience that I can share with you, and some strategy I always follow, so I can only share this thing to you. So one thing is to be focused. you know if you want to do something great, so you should be focused, your things. To be successful in a research area, you should not shift your focus here and there. So you should stick to where you want to see you in future. So many students cannot maintain this, so they always want to be distracted by other things. So in my when I was studying in college, so one story just motivated me and inspired me. So that the story, there was a story. So one teacher that teach their student how to set the arrow, how to hunt the bird. So he wanted to he wanted to the test their student focus level. So he brought several students with him to the forest, and stop in front of the tree, and he asked the student just set their arrow to the bird. And before that he said, the what do you see now? So the all the one student, but all student said, we are seeing lot of branches, and only one bird sitting in the branch of the tree. But only one student said, I only see the eye of the bird. I don't see anything. I don't see this one means branch, leaves, anything. I just only see the eye of the bird. So the student said, this is the focus levels I wanted to have, the all student. So so as a researcher, our focus should be look like this. We have a lot of problems. Sometimes we don't get a proper result in our experiment. Sometimes we have a lot of problems, sometimes we get rejected several times from the journal. So we should not think of, okay, this thing maybe distract ourselves, but we should not do this. We should focus only one thing. Okay, we will keep submitting, we'll keep doing our experiments. So our focus is how to get the good result. This is our focus. So I don't care how many times I did this. I don't care how many times I got rejected by the journals. So I will keep submitting until I get accepted my paper, right? So our focus should be look like this. So, and the second thing, the people always think, okay, if I work hard, maybe I will success in the research field. But it's not always happen. Even though you work hard, maybe you work 18 hours out of 24 hours, you will not be successful in research. You have to be smart. You have to be work smarter, not harder, right? So if you see that two picture, so the two different kinds of the people in the same thing in differently, right? So you should use your thinking skill. You should minimize the task and extra step so that you can use your time wisely and more effectively to get things done quickly. So if you just work hard, so you will not get your desired result. You cannot publish in paper. So how can you will be the smarter in the research area? So maybe you can get your work routine. So I want to maybe you can learn how to prioritize things and set your goal. Maybe in weekly goal, maybe in monthly goal, maybe in yearly goal. So this maybe this month I will do this, this next month I will do this. So look like this one. You can set your weekly goal, monthly goal, and yearly goals, and get organized. It is important. You have to organize and also maintain your and master at maintain time schedules. So maybe one day you just work 24 hours and next day you just sleep whole day and then next day, no, you cannot do it. You have to be consistent. The second, this is another story. I also inspired by this story. You know, I think most of them in your childhood, most of them read this story. So this story is all about the competitions, it's racing competitions between the tortoise and the rabbit. So, so that everyone thought that the rabbit would win the race because the rabbit is fast in running. So when the race started, the rabbit made a significant difference, and he thought that, okay, the tortoise is so far from me, so I can take a rest. So he took rest and he fell asleep, and but the tortoise was slow but steady. The finally tortoise won the race. So the moral of the story: slow and steady win the race. It was the story in 19th century, but it is 21st century. So now you should be fast and steady. And never, nowadays, slow and steady cannot win the race. You should be fast and steady. So, so I will give the simple example. So now if you are working in COVID, so now everyone is working in COVID. So everyone want to publish paper, the COVID related journals. So, so if you are slow and working steady, you cannot publish your paper. Maybe other people will publish paper. So that's why you have to be fast and you work, so hard and 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 maintain your time schedule and you can publish paper. So nowadays in research context, you should be fast and steady, not slow and steady. Slow and steady cannot win the race in the research area. So The second thing, don't be complacent, always be hungry. So, I will also tell the same example in here. So what rabbit thought? The rabbit thought that, the tortoise never do well because I am faster than tortoise, right? So he was complacent with his ability. So he thought that, I will win the race. In our researches, always do this. So in the research, you should do, okay, this month, this year I have published 2 papers. Maybe next year I have to publish 3 papers. So you have to be hungry for the knowledge. You have to be hungry for the, start your study. So, and look like this, if you learned one skill the last year, just try to try to learn more skill in this year. So in this way you can improve yourselves, you can be a outstanding researcher. So second one, grab the opportunity. So one actress says, to be successful you don't need to be the best one. So you need to be the one to ready the grab the opportunity when it appears. And another English investor, business magnate. So his name is Richard Branson. He said, if someone offer you an amazing opportunity, you are not sure you can do it, say yes, and then learn how to do it later. So maybe in the research, maybe some professor or your friend will offer you, okay, can you give your hand in my work? So you have to grab the opportunity, even though you don't know the how to do this research. Mm, just say yes, I will help you. I will get my hand to your works. I can you know um, so, I can assist whatever you need. So just grab the opportunity and then learn by yourself and just help. So in this way, you can also be an outstanding. And also you should build a team. Team means that together everything achieve more. For example, you are able to publish 2 papers in a year. But if you have team consist of the maybe 4 or 5 members, they also able to publish 2 papers per year. And if you know get your hand to their work, at the end of the year, you will you can be a author of 10 papers. So in this way, just build a team and help to other people's and put your name to other people's paper. So because your target is the help the other peoples and publish more and more paper, because it will be helpful in academic area in your field in future. So you have to make the a potential team and work together. Second one, the number 7 is imaginations. So you have to imagine and get more idea. So the Einstein say that imagination is more important than knowledge. So knowledge is limited, but imagination enrich the world. So you have to imagine always, oh, what I can do, what I can improve, and what idea I have to utilize in my research. So always imagine to meditations look like this. So in this way you can also be a potential researcher in your field. And also read. So if you want to do good in research, you will have to read more. You will have to make reading habit. But reading a reading article should not be limited in only in your area. So for example, if you are working in biomedical field or public health related, you're working in public health field, so you should not focus only the article that is public health related or biomedical informatives related. You have to read maybe in computer science related, because they describe more about the method, so you can learn from them, and always and try to utilize this method in your study. So if you see the research means what? Search means research, means search again to get the more, to get the potential result. So that's why it is called research. You have to search again and again, and you have to read more. And don't ask why not. You should always think, uh, you know, don't don't ask why. You should always think why not, and don't be afraid of anything. So or so why not means you should you should ask yourself why I cannot do this. If people can do this, I can also do this. Maybe they spend 2 hours, you have to spend 4 hours. Just notice the good people's, maybe best student in your department, maybe best student in other department, what they are doing. Maybe they are working 10 hours. You have to, okay, he's working 10 hours, okay, and publishing more paper, okay, I will work 15 hours. I will give the, you know 5 hour more. And what the other people do, you have to try to emulate these things. And you know that's why in this way you can do this. And maybe you need the more times, and that's it. So no one, you should make sure no one is perfect, and they become perfect by using the special strategy. You have to follow this strategy, and don't be afraid. And some people may be afraid to submit their research in high impact factor journal. They thought that, okay, this paper will not get accepted at this high impact factor journal. It's not okay. You can submit this paper in high impact factor journal. If it's sent to revisions, you will and also rejected, you will get the good revision from the reviewer, and you can improve your manuscript, and send out to other journal, and get published. So in this way you can be a good researcher. So that's it, because I have these things only. So I just always try to follow this type of strategy to improve myself, to to enrich my skill.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Rubel. Very outstanding motivation and speech. Yeah. Yeah, before I have to say sorry for everyone joining our online webinar, because we have limited edition of Zoom. So in 4 minutes, we will go out, and I will over you if you have still, because our contract time is until 4:30, and of course I will over to you. Do we need to relog in to the Zooms, and while waiting for the questions? Yeah, now the time for questions. And for Dr. Rubels, I hope you will very happy to accept every question, and I have also a
Yeah,
question for you.
of course, I'll be happy
Okay,
to answer.
for everybody joining our online webinar, do you have any questions? And yeah, while waiting for response, the outstanding achievement in 2020, I read in even in your Facebook and Google Scholar, you published more than I remember more than 7 first author
No, I
journal
have published more
and
than uh, uh,
9, right?
12 paper as a first author, and more than 25 paper as a co-author. So total is more than
Oh
40
my
paper I
God.
have published so far. So
In okay, especially in 2020 is
yeah,
2020
in 2020 I have published 5 paper as a first author, and 7 paper
5
as a
paper, yes,
co-author.
yes.
The total 12 paper I have
Yes,
published.
okay. As normal student, I cannot imagine how you can dealing with like you say time schedule. And could you say like in brief maybe 3 strategy being a student to can manage, because it's impossible for me.
Actually,
Okay.
first of all, I would say no one is normal. Everyone is special student. No one is normal.
Yes, yes.
So everyone has the several hidden talent, right? So maybe you are good at analyzing, maybe you are good at, someone is good at writing, someone is good at doing the other things. So yeah, definitely you can publish more paper if you want. So it's all things depend on you. So but the question is, how can you manage this, right? So you know our habit is always think about, always okay, a thesis. So may always stick to, okay, I will do the thesis. My professor assigned me this one, I have to take, I always stick to this thesis and this topic. No, if you want to do publish more, you have to think out of the box, right? You have to think, okay, maybe our my topic is this one, but I want to publish paper that is similar to my topic. When you do the thesis, you or definitely you read some literature to support your thesis, right? You can do literature review, you can publish this thing as a literature review. You already revise a lot of read a lot of paper to support your hypothesis. So just use this one and publish in the literature review, maybe systematic review. So you can do this. And also you should give the lot of time. So if you think that, okay, my time is only 9 to 5, you cannot publish more paper. You have to think my time is 24 hour. Okay. So but
Yeah.
24 hour is not possible to work with. So at least you have to work at least 14 hours or 15 hour per day, because this is your status is student, right? So your main purpose is study. So you have to study hard,
Yeah.
and you have to give time, because it's not time to wasting your time with your friends. It's not time to wasting your time to watching televisions or other thing.